Did people really used to find porno mags in the woods? In the woods, in between buildings, behind gas stations, literally anywhere a teenager might wander around lol. I was walking down a country road and found a duffel bag full of magazines in 1986. I found the fucking motherlode as a kid. My friend and I had started looting dumpsters for tech stuff and found a whole box of Playboys and Penthouses. I must have been about 10. I got caught when my parents got suspicious of why I had so much extra cash as a 10-year-old, and they found out I was charging kids to come over and look at them in our attic. I miss the 90s. I grew up in the California desert and would find them on the back roads. Found a whole big ass box full of them once. It was like a take one leave one situation. I am assuming the lol or the transients needed some reading material. The box was stashed in a huge bush that was made into a makeshift camp. In all my years, I never actually saw anyone in there, but it was always well maintained, so someone was living in it. Fuck yeah, we did. I also found stacks of them at the dump, when you just backed your caravan truck up to large dump piles. Now it's all large bin containers and you can't rummage through shit. Hell yeah. In the woods down by our neighborhood when I was a kid, you could always find a random Playboy, Hustler, Maxim, and others tucked in a tree or hiding under a bunch of bushes. Sometimes they would still have the name and address of a dad of one of the kids on the block, if it wasn't stolen from the store. The jokes on the bus of "Hey, your dad left his skin mag in the woods again" never got old. Digital age really did steal the best parts of growing up. Yeah, bushes with bushes. Yep, in the 80s and 90s. I didn't realize till recently just how common it was. I thought it was a Florida thing. You used to find them everywhere when I was IHS. DVDs too. Yes, we did. And dumpsters. Teenage me lived in an apartment complex, and you could bet your lunch money on the fact that when a bachelor moved out or his girlfriend moved and there was a treasure trove to be found. Gross? Sure, but we were horny latchkey boys in the 80s. One time back in like 2002, me and my buddies were skateboarding at this abandoned feed store. It had a pop machine on the side of it, and after our session my buddies started shaking the thing around to see if there was any soda left in it. They ended up sliding the machine down the wall a bit and exposed a hole in the wall stuffed full of porn magazines. We had a good laugh and then went to another spot to skate. Later that night one of the guys skated all the way back down there. It was pretty far from his parents with a backpack, and took all of them back home with him. I helped remodel a hotel that was built in the early 90s. About 30 of the rooms had porno mags stashed in the drop tile ceilings. Yeah, and along the road too. Some dude got his mag, pulled over to the side of a lonely road, blew his load, tossed the mag, and went home to his frigid wife. That is what I always imagined. The first time I ever saw porn was on the playground of my grade school. In the 90s, there was a magazine just left there on the ground. It was a slightly wet day as it rained that morning. The magazine was damp, but all us boys didn't care. It was our first time seeing anything like that. We were obsessed with it and looked at it for days until it magically disappeared. Lol. Yep, found loads in my youth, bags full, sometimes mid-1980s to 90s roughly. Go 50 yards this way. Turn left 90 degrees, 20 yards straight ahead. Box full of porno mags as of 1978 or so. HTTPS. Okay, they are probably gone by now. We used the expression the porn fairies since it was a magical bounty booty that appeared out of nowhere in the woods. Hell yes, we did. We hid them under a bride and had our own little porn library going. Went well until an idiot brought one to middle school and got busted. I think usually it was some parent that dumped them there because they didn't want their garbage guy to see the kinky shit he was into. Woods porn was the best. I did. I heard a rumor and actually found them. Most were in bad shape, but I did find an 80s looking muff. At 13 and living in the sticks, it was hitting the lotto. That is where they grow in nature after all.